and that is what they'll opt for.
Does mean that this lane is not going to be a whole lot of fun in the early stages. Of course, KazaLoLLCShighlights, not the most powerful in itself, so might just be a bit of a wet noodle fight down there. Should get does go down. Peanut should be able to grab the second one pretty comfortably as Delight's going to move over. There's the flash out as Peanut makes his way in. The Weaver's Wall does deliver Zeka to the area. Flash out from Peter as well as the seismic shove has to be avoided with a headbutt. And so Peter knows that he is just going to go down. That's first blood going over to Viper of all people. HLE off to a great start. They should even be able to grab this last grub.
Yeah, just sticking around a bit too long there. Peter sacrifices himself. I think the right decision there to make sure that everyone else gets out, but will still be this grub going over to Hanwah Esports, and a bit of a rocky one there for a lot of vision topside. They had a ton of wards up there. Hanwah did. They were like, all right, this is our moment, this is our angle, we're going to trap them here. They probably didn't necessarily expect they were going to full commit, but because they did, they get those kills, they get the dragon as well, plus the grubs.
Well, there's a double pulverize here from Peter, because if at first you don't succeed, you just go for it again. Kaz drives in, misses Delight on that one, and they look for Peanut. They are going to be able to pick him up there with the Impale. PDD comes in, the Sand Soldiers get the work done.
He does have Smite, has a little bit of backup.
They want to try and deny these if they can, or at least try and find a team fight. Peanut going to be able to grab the first one. That is Void Might's activated here for HLE.
Yeah, now that Peanut's used this Smite, Kuz should be able to get at least one.
Yeah, and HLE can just run away if they'd like to. There's no need to fight for this unless they'd really fancy themselves in that fight. Perfect taking a lot of damage. Zeka is just, toying with him here on the bottom side of the map. Kuz should be able to grab this, and he doesn't. It's Peanut, picks that one up for himself. Hints a maneuver. Viper shows himself though, and he does a lot of damage. As Doctor trying to offer what he can. Peanut throws down the ulti very early on here. They once again find themselves milling about.
Basically ultimately did, and now BDD is in big danger.
He is. Seismic Shove is going to be avoided. The Emperor's Divide comes out but doesn't hit anyone, and Viper is extremely fed. Rift Herald coming into the mid lane here as well as Peter looks for the trample. Zeus in a little bit of trouble here, and he will be going down. Doctom getting his first kill of the game.
A little bit overzealous there from HLE, I would say. Perfect's also going to get this bottom turret, but they still got to charge, and they will get that mid turret soon. They're putting a ton of damage onto this top inner as well, so lots of value here for Hanwah Esports. I don't think Zeus should have necessarily died there, but I don't think they feel too bad when they're going to grab this inner.
Well, at least Kuz is pretty tanky. He does throw Delight into the wall. Viper getting hit around.
A well-rounded, insanely talented mid laner, one of our best.
Yep, it's absolutely the case, as the Mega Blast Cone going to get a flash is kind of frustrating.
Yes.
Because they sound really similar. Speaking of Peanut, he's going to get pulverized by Peter. He looked for a little bit of an engage here. As you can see, Perfect does still have the equalizer. They are in a choke point. Press the equalizer. There it is. Emperor's Divide onto 2 and KT. They found a proactive play, but PDD is in the ground, and the Impale goes entirely wide. Viper now in the driver's seat as Doctom gets behind the rest of his team, and HLE, they do manage to find an extra kill in the exchange.
I feel like there were so many moments to equalize there, which would have given them a better opportunity, but they wanted to wait for a big combo with BDD, but they waited so long that by the time that combo went down, and even though the play was heroic, so much work had been done from Hanwah, and Viper can follow up so easily. Sitting on 2 items, that's going to be the third. And
HLE getting incremental small advantages. They're trading up in a lot of these instances, right? As Kuz going to make his way in, looking for Zeka here as the Weaver's Wall, just going to get him out. And he'll be fine. Even able to grab himself a bloody pedal on his way through. As Peter going for some more plays. Peter and Peanut fighting once again, frustratingly enough, as the Flame Spitter will burn him down. Doctom with a cheeky Mystic Shot to steal the kill away from the rest of his teammates. Seismic Shove going to throw the Scorpion around, but Kuz is getting tankier and tankier.
Pretty inopportune moment to die for a Scuttle Crab.
Oh, this would be a way for KT to lose the game. And that is going for an Otacon that they have no right to go for. But the rest of HLE are just looking to destroy structures.
Yeah, I think
so. It will be the Otacon going down.
Yeah, the Otacon does go over, and a lot of pedals are going to go over. It looks like this mid turret here, good zoning by KT. It's going to be a teleport from Zeus to try to save it.
Well, Weaver's Wall going to come in here from Zeka. That's going to split up the fight momentarily, but teleport is going to be towards this bottom lane.
So far away.
Rest of KT now in position to go for something. Weaver's Wall just to break this one up, Kuz not electing to go over it, but he can just move in if he wants to. It's going to be the steal from Kaz, and Peanut down pretty low now as well. Has to use another ultimate right at the last second, and is looking to possibly get out of the way as Kaz flashes in, misses another ulti, and Perfect says, my flamethrower requires no aiming. And in fact, KT, they require no aiming.
KT just need one fight, one moment. They can get right back into this game, and they got it. So many tools used for Hanwha Life to deny extremely scaling champions.
Not to mention the fact that they have so many turrets to take down. KT, that was a game-winning play. Of course, it's KT.
In mid, 3 on the bottom lane. BDD rips through turrets with this build so easily and can use the Sun Disc as a bit of a bastion. He can fall back to with Kuz, who's so tanky and has Impale. Just no way to collapse onto BDD. They push hard in the bottom lane. Duckdom's poke is really starting to hit. I mean, he's on 3 items now.
Yeah, Weaver's Wall. They are looking for Perfect here as the seismic shove goes wide. Peter has found Peanut once again, though, as Kuz making his way and finds a rock onto Viper. Zeka is incredibly low as Duckdom's looking for him into the backline, goes to Light. He's almost just dead. It's a beautiful arcane shift, though. Duckdom will get audaciously charged, does go down, but the Emperor is here and has done some division. It's just not quite enough, but they've taken down the Kai'Sa. BDD trying to kite, but he gets stunned up and will be taken down. Zeka manages to
lose. And with this ace, I mean, they could just go straight into the base.
Is it? No, it's not game, right?
It's not quite game. Perfect will have his ultimate, so he can clear a wave. They only have this top wave to play through, but they can just get this inhibitor.
Just in history, but also in this game. As Peter with a Mega Blast going, looking for an angle. They do get on top of Peanut. As the Impale comes on through, it is going to be the soul lockdown for Peanut, finally finding himself a smite. As now Viper gets flashed on, immediately goes into that Zhonya's, but now he's out of position. The Pulverize is good. It is the mid laner going down for KT, but the rest of the team is fighting well. Flash comes out from Kuz, and Zeka is now the carry that HLE are going to be relying on. That and Zeus, who is raining these shock blasts down. Meanwhile, KT's base is also exploding. Another Zhonya is going to be utilized, this time by Perfect, who wants to try and kill Zeka, but it's not going to work. And HLE find themselves another fight and a soul off the back of it, as Duckdom and Kuz licking their wounds, trying to keep their base alive.
Yeah, the top wave will naturally push, and they'll just demolish this turret instantly here. BDD up in 20. I don't think Hanwha Life are looking for the end here, but they have so much control from this. They have the soul back up.
Well, a Baron is now on the cards as Duckdom taking some more skill shots, as we can see. Peanut, though, goes in, gets on top of the Ezreal. Arcane Shift gets him out of there. The Weaver's Wall not quite doing enough here for HLE right now. Seismic Shove is good onto BDD, though, as Zeka has to flash to get out of the way of this equalizer. BDD's burning, and he does go down. Now Viper getting into the backline. I don't know about this one, but he's still able to get these autos off. Supercharger to make sure he's in the right position. Kuz is going to get eviscerated, and KT, that was their last breath, as HLE will now push in for the win.
Oh, BDD is not happy. They had such a good angle in this game. It all went wrong in the bottom lane, and Hanwha Life took it back. Viper with an incredible Kai'Sa game.
Oh, yeah. Got fed early, and it looked like KT had found an angle, and obviously they didn't, because the Nexus goes down. HLE now on the board with their first win of LCK 2025.